In this mobile minute, we're going to replace something that probably everybody has experienced before, a sliding patio door that does not work as smoothly as it once did, or the rollers that have gotten rough. And one thing they all have in common is they can all have the rollers replaced. The other thing they all have in common is every brand has its own type of roller. Like with just about every other job, first thing he's going to do is put down a tarp in front on the inside. All these doors have grease in the rollers themselves, and when he goes to pull that thing out, it's very likely that a drop of grease is going to fall, whether it's on a wood floor or a carpet, and so a tarp is a mandatory item to put down. So before he goes to do this, he's going to check the operation of the lock, make sure that the door does lock, just so he knows if he's going to have to address that when he's done with replacing the rollers. Okay, the door is locking, but he'll definitely have to adjust it when he puts the new rollers back in. So now what's different with every brand, some brands of rollers you have to remove some of the other glass in order to, some of the sliders have to be pulled out towards the inside. Some of them have to be pulled out towards the outside. If they go to the outside, chances are you're going to have to remove some of the side panes before you can pull that out. This particular door is a pretty easy door because he's going to lift it up and in and not have to fool around with the screen's going to stay, both of the fixed sides are going to stay. So he's going to use a suction cup to get a good handle on that door and lift it straight up and right out. And it's nice, it lands on the tarp on the inside, so he's not worried about leaving grease on in this case that's tile in there, but he's also not going to scratch that tile by having a tarp down in front of him. So to do the job, he's going to bring it out here and set it on his table. Okay, another common thing with just about every brand of roller, you need to set the door on a table so that it's elevated so it allows you to work on it. And the first thing he's going to do is remove the bottom rail off the glass. And that is pretty much common in every door. You need to do this in order to remove the old roller housing out of there. So he's going to take the end screws out. Every door will have an end screw and an adjustment screw. Sometimes there's two of each, or one adjustment screw, maybe two screws that hold the rail on there. So the screws are out. Now he's going to tap that rail off the glass.
That one came out easy.
Just like anything else, when you take that bottom rail off, you're able to pull the old rollers off, and usually that's the time that you've got to stop to go make a run to the glass shop or hardware store to get a replacement wheel. Every brand of patio door takes a different type of roller housing. In this particular situation, we were able to put a little bit more heavy duty roller system on than the ones that came out, but usually we'll carry an inventory of parts that 9 times out of 10 will have the right roller. Otherwise, we'll have to make a run back to the shop to get the correct one. So he's put the new wheels in. Now he's going to put this thing back together, straighten the vinyl, line up the rail, and then it'll tap on with the butt end of that hammer. Okay, screw it back together. Daniel has gotten the door back into its track. He's doing a little bit of adjusting now. The door is obviously rolling very nicely. So now he's going to look to see if it's closing flush. Flush meaning it is closing at the top as well as the bottom, so it's not leaning in one direction or the other. And once he gets that done, then he's going to check the locking operation. He may have to adjust the strike plate for the lock to work properly. And that's pretty much it. That'll be job done from there. New rollers. Door should be sliding like it originally did when it was brand